Turn out our forecast. Interesting pictures coming out of Eagle, although I have to say, based on your forecasting, I'm not surprised.
Well, you know, we got a half an inch of rain with that storm system that passed through yesterday.
Yeah.
And so that's going to cause the rivers to respond, and they're going to start going up. And then on top of that, we've got additional water that's up in those mountains. Guys, take a look at this time-lapse video, Redfish Lake. And what you see there is a flocking of snow on the trees because of the fact that it has been snowing there since yesterday. Now, granted, it's right at that temperature reading where some of it wants to stick, some of it doesn't, but it is accumulating in the higher elevations of those mountains. And here's the weather headlines. Finally, tomorrow we're going to be nice and dry. We're going to start turning the corner. The only problem is that here comes the other issue we're going to be dealing with, and that is warmer temperature readings. It's going to start getting warmer tomorrow with highs in the 60s. Then it's going to be a sunny weekend, and then going into next week, the pattern looks like it wants to stay dry, and it's going to get toasty with temperature readings that could be approaching the mid-80s around the 1st through the middle into the latter part of next week. For example, here's what happens with the temperature readings on Friday. We finally jump up to 71 degrees. There's our average, 72. So temperatures are so key because as the temperatures start going up, that's what starts triggering the runoff process. 75 degrees on Saturday. Then Sunday we go way above the average at 78. Look at what happens on Monday, 81. Look at what happens on Tuesday, 82. And it could get even warmer than that because the models are indicating that the high pressure that's headed this way is going to be large enough that it's going to sit around the western United States probably through the end of next week. And if that happens, the temperatures can only stay on the warm side. Now, the low pressure system, that storm that generated the front yesterday, is still pretty much affecting much of southeastern Idaho. We have a combination of rain and or snow showers that are taking place out there. Here closer to the Treasure Valley, a couple of little isolated showers with that wraparound moisture primarily affecting the mountains and the foothills, but don't be surprised to see a couple of isolated showers here and there throughout the evening. Now, this is the satellite imagery, and look at the size of the storm. It is not only affecting Idaho, but it's going all the way down into Colorado, all the way down into southern Utah. It's a pretty sizable area of low pressure. Now, the storm is on its way out. It's going to be moving down here into northern Texas and into the Colorado Front Range. For us, what we're looking forward to is this. There's high pressure that's building in. This is what's going to start influencing the drier air that starts moving into the area tomorrow. And once this dry wedge of air settles in, it's just going to hold on to the western U.S. because the high pressure is going to be getting bigger. It's going to be intensifying in the days to come. And this is what's going to trigger a significant warming trend that's going to be with us through at least the middle, possibly into the latter part of next week, and that means lots of sunshine in the forecast. So on the futurecast, going to around midnight tonight, you can see the storm still wrapping around southeastern Idaho, generating some winter conditions out there. Little hit and miss showers for us this evening, but then by tomorrow, there you can see the drier air starting to move in as the storm begins to move away. And then looking ahead toward Friday, look at how nice and dry that pattern is. That's when you're really going to notice those temperature readings starting to go up. So in the Magic Valley tomorrow, let's go with partly cloudy skies, warmer conditions. Twin Falls at about 57 degrees, Sun Valley 50 degrees. So the temperature should still be cool enough over the next couple of days there in south central Idaho that we're going to be seeing the rivers remaining at respectable levels. Now, what happens this weekend will be a totally different scenario. Long Valley, 51 degrees in McCall, 52 degrees in Cascade. Lower Treasure Valley could see temperatures tomorrow jumping in the mid and upper 60s with overnight lows tonight ranging from the upper 30s to the mid 40s. Nampa at 43 tonight, 65 degrees for the high tomorrow. Kuna at 63 degrees. And Boise gets up to 64 degrees tomorrow. Now, granted, that's still cooler than average, but what I'm liking is that the temperatures are not spiking too cold, so hopefully the recently planted tomatoes and petunias and things of that nature should make it through the night tonight. If you are concerned, you may want to wrap or bring in some sensitive plants if you have them out there. Some areas in the valley could get down into the low to mid 30s tonight. Now here's the 7-day forecast for the valley itself. On Friday, sunny and 71. Saturday, look at all that sunshine going into the middle of next week with high temperatures approaching the mid 80s by the middle of next week. The mountains are going to be seeing partly cloudy skies tomorrow, beautiful sunshine on Friday, little hit and miss clouds every now and then on Saturday and Sunday, but overall the trend is for the temperatures to get warmer in the mountains with highs approaching the mid 70s going into the middle of next week. So what that means is watch out because that could start triggering a melting process, which could really start filling up the reservoirs. And coming up in the next half hour, we'll take a look at where the levels on our reservoirs are, because some are up, but some are a little bit on the downside, which is good. We're balancing things just barely.
Okay, thank you, Roland.
You bet.